green screen too, Uncle Ron and stuff. And it's interesting that when I go into the record mode, I have to reset the background. Anyway, this is green screen too, and behind me I have a green screen, and you'll see that I don't have every possible wrinkle out of it. And what I've done is I bought a 10-foot wide, 10-foot long chroma green screen, and I wanted to hang it from my ceiling here in the man cave and be able to roll it up and roll it down. So I velcroed the top of it to a 10-foot piece of PVC pipe, 3/4 inch, and then added some pieces on the end of the 10-foot pipe, and one of the pieces is a junction that lets me screw in a pole vertically, and the other was just simply a coupling which I can turn to lift the screen upward and out of the way. And it sort of worked. The problem is the PVC pipe bends, but as you can see up here at the top, I'm still within the fold is way up there, and I can come back this far, and I think I can walk around in the space. You do see some shadows. I don't have the light perfectly right now. I did move the lights overhead so I don't get as much shadows of me behind, and I'm still not quite right on that. I need to move them a little closer and down on the subject. So I'm moving along, and this is the setup. I now have 4 floodlights. These are really cheap, 8-inch diameter, using a natural light 100-watt light bulb to illuminate the screen behind me. And I was successful in using Velcro to attach it to the material of the green screen, and then Velcro to the PVC pipe and put one to the other, and they're sticking just fine, and I can roll the green screen up toward the ceiling and out of the way. Now on the sides I had installed a coupling at the top of the PVC so I could bring down tubes on either side to potentially attach either end, put grommets in them, and then pull the green screen in tight. And it doesn't appear that I need to do that. I do see there's a significant wrinkle down here which I could probably simply pull out by hand, and winding up the green screen on the PVC pipe, it's not perfect. It doesn't roll up because of the bend in the pipe. And I've thought about, I should have probably used some sort of aluminum pipe. The problem with that is how I attached some sort of turning mechanism at the end. I certainly probably could have drilled a hole in it, stuck a rod in it, and turned it that way. But anyway, it's interesting that I can roll it up and it doesn't move. I don't need to attach any sort of member that wants to keep the roll in place. I thought I might have to, and I don't. I'm just using the really long cable ties, and I'm stapling one end to the ceiling and then putting my PVC pipe through this, and then I can in fact adjust the height from the ceiling just by tightening the cable ties. And of course the ceiling joists don't particularly line up perfectly with the 10-foot, as you can imagine. So it's not optimal, but it is the whole functional purpose was to be able to roll up the screen and put it out of the way when I didn't want to use it, and I'm getting there. I need one more light overhead, and I need to adjust somehow these lights down here at the bottom. And now I'm going to bring in okay, and you can see this one. I need to adjust downward. This is a 8-inch 100 watt flood, and you can see what it does to the screen when I move it around in the wrong position. And this one needs to be more down and maybe pointed toward away. And then I can adjust the intensity of the green screen effects in the back. I don't quite have it yet. The other things on green screen is I'm using a Logitech high definition webcam, and there is a function that you can add on, which lets you adjust various things, and you'll see one of them is saturation, and I'm a little too saturated, and I can adjust that here. And let's see, up at the top I can move, if I go back and I do just a little bit of zoom, now I can move my position around a little bit. It depends on the zoom that I use. Let's see, I can't bring it there. And now you see I would have to go back and change the level of green screen effect and see what happens. It's all interrelated. So I'm going to go back to the Logitech program, and I'm going to go down and change some of the saturation. Let's see, I can move this around. I know what I did. I picked up some zoom, and I'm going to change that zoom. I'm going to zoom it back out again just a little bit, and now I have some motion adjustment right here, and I can bring it up like that. And now I would have to go back and I'll play a little bit with the green screen. Sort of there. What I have on the lights, by the way, is a rheostat, so I can adjust the amount of light that those lights are adjustable. So between the two, their position and how much the overheads I can turn down some, but you see I have sort of a gray beard, and the ones down at the bottom are pretty much set fixed. Now I still have the problem, I think. You see that? I still have the, they're all interrelated. If I don't move much, I still have a little bit of over here. Now I'm using a program called Debut, and it does let me change the color of the back green screen, and I have done that. And now can I take out a little bit? What do I have now? Got a little bit, as you see. It's rather slow in responding. And if I increase it a little, face is well defined. So it's an interplay. I have the camera control, which will let me zoom in and out, which makes my picture bigger here. Obviously, I can move my chair back and forth like this. It didn't seem to have a lot of impact on the green screen effect in the back. If I were to change the lighting, it would. If I were to dim the lower lights, you see what happens. I'm going to bring them back up. Let's see. That seems pretty good, and I don't have any. The light seems pretty good right now. I think that I have the overhead lights that are right about straight up here. Seem to be, they're at maximum right now. If I were to dim them a little bit, I can dim it a little bit. I pretty much got to stay at max for overhead. And they're pointed toward the screen and down toward me. They're lighting me from above as opposed to being in the front. And I only have two up there right now. I think a third would probably help. I would be able to cover the wider part of the green screen. I may do that, I may not. My main point was to try to get the green screen to be able to roll up out of sight and then let it down. They do make hanging, pull down green screens. I think they're $150 or so. I think they're limited to 6 foot or 8 foot. And the price of a chroma cloth green screen is like $30. So I started off there because I wasn't really sure I wanted to do the green screen thing. And the other thing I'll do is with using this program, Debut, I can change the I can change which picture I want in the background, and it's right here. I'm going to go to another picture right there, and you'll see I have a little bit of adjustment to do, not too much. The lighting, I'm going to increase it a little bit. Appears to be up. I'm going to have to do it a little bit more, and you see where it begins to edit me out because of the nature of the background. I can change most of the backgrounds are fairly good at this point without having to touch too much stuff. Let's see, this is a rather dark background, and I need to reduce the amount of green screen effect. It's fairly I'm going to go back to full brightness on everything, and I need to increase the green screen effect a little bit, and that's where it starts to take my face out. I'm now going to change the palette of the background, and as I do that, I'll show you what happens. And now I need to increase the amount of the green screen effect, and you see it's not quite right because it takes my face out. I can change the color again of what the background chroma color that they're going to replace, and now I can shrink out some of the background effect to the part where it shows. This is one way I adjust it, and it's still not right if I take up the green screen effect. You see I'm sort of invisible in the background here. Increasing the contrast of the background picture does help. I'm going to pick another image for my background, and let's see, what am I going to use this time? I thought I had picked some others, but Well, here's an example which I've already used. And this one, I may be able to lower the overhead light some and reduce the background threshold. No, I'm going to increase the lighting overhead, and I can reduce this a little bit. Nope, I'm going to change uh, the associated background color, and now you see what happens. I could have to increase it, but that's the color is too dark. Let's see if this is probably too light. You can increase what the program is going to erase. See what happens when you move, so I have to increase the intensity a little bit. What you're trying to do is find that perfect spot where you don't get erased. And the closer I moved in, you see the less erasure. I have both lights now at maximum, so I'm going to change the chroma color of the background screen, and this is what happens when I do that. And I reduce the effect of the green screen. Still not right. I'm trying to match, trying to change what it will replace in the background, the color of the green that it is focused on. And you see I'm here, but I have some down here and around here a little bit. You see that you can see me through it, and if I reduce the intensity of the background effect, uh, this only makes it worse. You can't discriminate me from the green, but that's not real bad, and I don't see a lot of, oh, there it went. And the only way to get that out, and that's a lighting issue, is to adjust the lighting properly. I'm going to change the background color that I want it to use as the effect you mask out. That one wasn't so bad. Can I reduce the, that was the green screen effect I told the program to deal with, and you see now I have not quite right again, so I'm going to play with a different background color. And this one, can I reduce the background effect? Nope. So you can change this particular program allows you to change the background color scheme that it is going to put whatever, replace whatever you pick the color of the background screen to be with your image. And you can see I still don't have it right. And this is, you know, I can play around with the light intensity and the background color. If I reduce the lighting from overhead, can I increase the green screen effect without impacting me? And I can't really. I'm going to reduce it and increase it. No. And it's primarily probably the background shade. And you'll have some way with whatever program you use to pick a background shade. I think this is a little dark, and I may have already tried it. And then I will be able to, the threshold of the green screen effect, and I get to an edge point. And you can see that I'm still semi-transparent through it, and if I reduce the background effect, that's not bad, but I think I'll still have, you see. So it's a matter of lighting and what color you're using on the as the background screen. This is the current color I have. In my case, I have a color picker. I can come over here and pick that color, and instead of doing a whole block, and I could come over here and now increase the intensity, and you see what happens. It pulls out that my shirt is doing well, but my face doesn't do well. So I'm going to pick another background color. I have turned off that, and I'm going to pick it from here, and then I'm going to start playing with the threshold of the background replacement. And you see the beard is a little different. I still have this problem, and if I increase the intensity of the replacement function, I disappear. So I'm going to change this again, and that's not real bad. I don't seem to have any adjustment problem. There's an adjustment problem. If you're moving around, but you see I'm not fully, and the closer I get, the better it is discriminating my face out of the background. You'll notice the dark colors do real well. There's a little green somewhere, but anyway, if I play with lighting, I'm going to reduce the overhead light. I almost have it completely off now. It's rather slow in responding to any sort of lighting changes. Now I'm going to reduce the lower light, and you see I begin to get some at the top. I'm going to put the low light back on, and I'm pretty disappearing. If I start reducing the green screen replacement function, and the threshold level for it, I have to put back up some of the overhead light and increase the intensity, and the lower lights, if I reduce the lower lights, I'm still, you can see it come in on the side, and I don't have the lighting perfectly set yet. That's part of the problem. The color of the background, the color of the green of your screen, you'll have to play with, and then the lighting of the whole subject you have to play with, and then whatever program you're using that actually, this is my green screen, that actually applies the green screen effect. In this case, I'm replacing it with an image, and I will slowly increase the image till I don't, not quite enough, as you see, and you get to the point, and I'm doing it real time. You see, I'm visible through. It has trouble with my skin tone. The coat is fine. The more I increase the effect, the less it is able to discriminate out my face. And I've gone back to full brightness. Again, I think the lights need to be adjusted, and that will help some. I'm getting better on it. This movement still, and because I'm impacting the overhead light at this point, see what happens. I've held my arm up in front of the lights, that are overhead, and it changes the appearance of the background screen. So, just final summation. I got a green, it's called chroma. It's supposed to be the color that various green screen effect programs like, but you'll have to adjust it. It won't match up perfectly. And the lighting I have been experimenting with. I'm now sure that overhead lighting is a better way to go. Anything where it lights in the front is going to throw a shadow of you in the background, and you won't be able to get rid of it. And I had to have lights down low here to illuminate the middle of the screen. This can actually go up a little bit. I always get the wrong one. You're totally reversed here. Up. Yep. It's still a lighting issue, and if you had the better kind of lights, again, I just have the cheap 8-inch floods, and it seems to do okay, but their position is kind of critical, and how they point at the green screen. I've sort of locked in on using the Professional by NCH software, which lets me record and do green screen, and it is easier, I think, to implement than other ways I've tried. And I can get a high quality camera scan. Which one is greening? This one. In the corner here, did I improve it? Yeah. You see that I have a little speck of green down here, and that corner. And I move the light down a little bit, and over here, if I cover up this light bulb with my hand, I don't lose a whole lot over there. It's as if it didn't need a lot of light. And if I move it towards me, that seems, and you can see more light on me, and perhaps that's helping my face. You see the shadow off my hand, but anyway, I can't really show you, but the light is like, I just put my hand over the light, and it didn't have a giant impact, okay? I'm going to put my hand over on this side on the light, and it does have a giant impact. It's probably this one that I need to adjust in some way. Anyway, green screen 2. Hopefully you're getting something out of this. If you want to do an overhead hanger, so like I did, so I could roll it up, I would suggest you not use PVC. It is not strong enough. It bends in the middle, and I tried various ways to stiffen it up, but nothing is really working. And although it looks kind of bad because it's bending in the middle, it functions, and that's all I really wanted. And I think it'll carry the weight. The screen is not that heavy. Anyway, I don't know if I'll post this or not, but this is green screen 2. And again, the major functions of the features is you see how I'm playing with my particular program, changing the color of the background, and you will have to do that. Supposedly this green screen was chroma. I don't have any one of my possibilities marked chroma, but there are various shades of it. You can replace the green screen with whatever color you want. If you had a blue screen, you could obviously have the effect to take its impact on a blue screen. I can change the background color to any color I want and not use an image. And again, I explained to you that I have gone over and picked, I'm getting pretty close on being able to pick a different image, and still let it there. And oh, you see I have on this particular one I have a problem up here, and I don't think, no, the lights are high, and that would tell me that I need to add a little bit more replacement. And when I do that, then you see it has trouble discriminating some of my face at the bottom. So I can have various ways to deal with it, but what I'll do is pull out some of the green screen replacement. And this one is a lighting issue, and it's the light over here. As I block it out, you see what happens to the green screen behind. This, yeah, that one over there, yeah. So the lighting is a critical thing. If you had professional lighting equipment, it'd probably be much easier to set the lighting up for your green screen approach. I also thought about putting grommets down both sides of my green screen and then attaching a piece of PVC pipe that I could stretch the screen to the PVC and make it taut. I don't think I'm going to have to do that. You can see that even though the screen has some wrinkles in it, it's doing pretty well. There is, you see a dark area up in here, up on the that side over there, and that's more of a lighting issue than anything else. And I need to probably take that one light and put it farther over there, or add one more light at the top. I currently have 2 floods up there. I have 2 floods down here. In May, we need 3 up there that's more or less down, but slightly toward the screen. And you see I don't have any shadows behind me. And that's what you want. You don't want any shadows of you in behind. This is my green screen, and this is where I can increase the threshold of the green screen effect. And that's not bad. You see I have a little green at the top. I have a little bit of when it catches the motion. Again, it's more of a light issue. It's a lighting issue more than, because I'm casting some shadows. That's what that's about. This is a green screen number 2. Making some progress on it. I will add more if in the future. So green screens 10 foot long is a pretty long one. Most of them are 8 feet or 6 feet, and you don't really need a real big one if you're just going to concentrate a lighting issue. If you're going to concentrate just on you, oh, you got it wrong. There. If you only want an image that big, then you don't need a 10-foot screen. And that's what most people do. I think they have a screen that's just, they're setting in it, and over this way, and then over this way. They're setting in an area about like this, and they don't need like a 6-foot screen is all they would need in behind you. I wanted the ability to stand up and walk around a little bit, and I don't know what it will do in this particular case. I need to move the screen up a little bit. I have it probably, it's only 7 feet or so. If I move it up a little bit, I'll have my full height in the screen. And you can see it does pretty well. I don't have any particular, I look pretty good. I'm back against the edge of the screen now, and I'm pretty much in the full frame. So I can walk around, and I have some adjustment again on lighting, but you see the effect. So part of it is, how high, if you want to be able to walk around in your green screen area, This one is 78 inches from the wall. It's probably 70 inches from the video camera. That gives you an idea of how far back the green screen needs to be placed. They make them that they set on the floor and then they scissors jack sort of up in place. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Again, they're only about 6 feet wide, so you're going to get a much smaller surface area. But that's okay. I get the full, and I can walk around. I haven't, again, the lighting is not, it's a lighting issue more than anything else. But I do need to move this green screen up another foot or so, and change the lighting again, and add probably a little bit more light to it probably. And then I'll be close to having it. What I'm going to do with it is, I don't know, other than put various images up. This particular software, the NCH software, allows you to put a video in the background, but it's not working like I wanted it to. What it does, it runs at a very fast rate, and I don't find it acceptable. I don't know. I haven't figured out yet. Let's see. I will put a previous Uncle Ron stuff video up, and I'll show you. I'm going to put a video in the background and let it run, but unfortunately it's running at a very high frame rate, and it's not very useful that way. And I haven't figured out how to slow it down. Now, if you prepared a slideshow and you gave every slide 5, 6, 7, 10 seconds, then it probably would work okay. I don't know the frame rate, and I think it'll tell me the frame rate of the video that's going to be displayed here in a minute in the background. But you can put video in the background, and I would like to do that at some time. I'm not sure what I would like to put in the background as a video. I just want the capability. Maybe an airport. Now, see, here I am. That's a previous video, and but I don't have a way of adjusting the frames per second that you get. I don't know exactly what the story is on that, but you can see that you can run video in the background. In this particular case, it's rather distracting, don't you think? But anyway, that's it for today. This is Uncle Ron's stuff. This is Green Screen 2, and just some experimentation and what I'm showing you, what I'm in the process of doing. And I think I'm getting there. I think I need more light, and I need to raise up my screen another foot or so, and I think one more light will do it. I need to readjust my lighting, and I need to figure out this frame rate for the background video. I showed you it's running back there, but I don't seem to have any way to reduce the frame rate of the video in the back. So it's as if they want you to prepared one that was maybe a slide, and each slide had 10 seconds or 30 seconds or maybe 30 frames. 30 frames is 1 second worth. Anyway, that was the idea, and again, I can go back and I'll pick an image, and there I am back to where I was before. This is all under the NCH software. Now I'm going to stop the recording and put it up, and hopefully it'll give you some advice. See, I still don't have the lighting right. Anytime I create a shadow, then the program can't properly discriminate the green from the me from the background. Today is the 10th of February 2025.